It's been a month since Justin and I started the Aligned Networking call, and it's been great. Met a lot of cool new people. Hello, cool new people who've joined RSC Club as a result of that call. It's been also great to reconnect with some people who I haven't seen for a while. One of the things I'm really proud of, I'm really happy about, is seeing some of our RSC Club members, the Speak to Lead members, go step up. They were able to introduce themselves well and hold space really nicely in the networking call. And that's just such a huge step forward because this call is mostly for natives, or it's not for native speakers, but mostly native speakers are there, and it does have a professional focus. So if you can hold space in that environment, then it's really awesome. So yeah, a lot of really cool things about that event. A few of the stats: we've done 4 events, we've had 33 people come through, and 12 people have come through more than once. And so look, we're just at the beginning of this call, and very excited to see where it goes over the year. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about was what makes a powerful self-introduction. So I got to see, of these 33 individuals, I got to see a lot of really great self-introductions. We actually shared a really simple template for people who maybe don't have so much confidence with self-introductions, which is basically who you are, what you do, why it matters, a fun fact, and then how to get in touch. But there are people there, obviously, who are very experienced and who have done many networking calls. And so it's really interesting to see how they introduce themselves. And these are 3 things that I noticed about the people who do really great self-introductions that get attention, that get traction, that actually lead to people reaching out to you just because of your self-introduction. So number 1, there is some sort of pattern interrupt, which means they don't start by saying, "Hi, my name is Ben." They don't start that way. They will start with something else. And usually it's very spontaneous, or it could be related to something that's happened in the event. So it might be like, "Oh, I was just thinking about, Ben's self-introduction and something, something, something." Or it could be like, "Guys, it's like freezing today. Oh my gosh." Or, something just that's a little bit random in the first few seconds that gets your attention but shows their personality. I think it takes a lot of confidence to do that. Quite similar to that is this idea of incorporating live data. So there would be something that someone else said or something that's relevant to that event, and they will incorporate that into their self-introduction, drawing reference to maybe something Justin said or something Ben said or something Javaria said in their introduction. It's very engaging, and it shows that it's not scripted. It already doesn't feel scripted, but it makes it clear that they are able to talk on the fly without having to script anything. And it also grabs people's attention when your name gets mentioned, right? So I see that as being a really powerful part of a self-introduction. And I think these 2 really go hand in hand. The third thing I noticed was that people who give really great self-introductions are not afraid to hold space. And they don't really care that much about the time limits, right? And they just say, they speak for as long as they want to speak, and they say what they want to say. And I think people like that, it's not that they're doing it consciously, it's that is the trait that they possess, because they are usually very good at talking, and that's why they're good at giving a self-introduction. And therefore, they're not going to care so much about the 60-second or 90-second time limit. So they may speak for a little bit longer. Now, the point, the truth is if everyone spoke for that amount of time, it would be a problem, right? Like it would go way over time. But some of these, there's a few individuals, and they do speak for a little bit longer, but it's still very engaging, and they're just comfortable. They're not afraid to hold space. They're comfortable speaking in front of the group and speaking in that manner. So a few little tips there, and these are things that I wish to also incorporate into my own self-introduction, make sure that it's killer. And they are things that I do from time to time. But hopefully they're things that you can implement too, thinking about how you introduce yourself in any kind of setting. Last note, we've been invited, so Justin and I have been invited by the School Connection community to share what we've learned next Tuesday, which is very exciting. So we're going to be talking about some of these ideas, but also how a networking call fits into a community model and why that might be useful for you. So if you're interested, you can click this link, join Ava's community, and feel free to come along for that event. That'd be really cool to see a few familiar faces there. Wonderful. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Looking forward to see some comments down below if you found this video helpful. All right, thanks.